What's up, fam? I am Chosen144. I just wanted to do a video around how important it is to be mindful of your consumption. Okay? So, of course, that means, what you're putting into your body. That's a no-brainer. People know that, you eat a whole bunch of sugar, you'll have inflammation, you'll probably gain weight and things like that. And if you eat this, you might take on some physical parasites, spiritual parasites, whatever the fuck. That side of consumption is obvious, okay? What I want to talk about are the portals that are these physical eyes and your ears, okay? And what you allow in has bearing on your reality. It can have bearing on your reality. What I mean by this is, if you are listening to something that is at a low frequency, that is designed to lower your frequency, guess what? You will lower your frequency, and as a result, your reality will unfold accordingly. You will exist in a low vibrational reality, which is not where anyone really would choose to be, okay? So be mindful of music. Be mindful of what you're allowing in when it comes to what you're hearing, okay? Because in music, not only do the beats carry a frequency, not only does the sound carry a frequency in a sense of like the beats and the backing tracks and things like that, specifically, but the words that some of these big artists use, they are symbols. They are spells, okay? All words are spells. They carry a frequency and they carry an intention. And they shape reality. Oh, yeah. So when you're listening to something, pay attention to how it makes you feel, okay? Pay attention to your energy. Like for an amount of time shortly after you've listened or during listening. Pay attention. I'm telling you. There are some songs you can listen to and they will nearly put you to sleep. And that's the rate that they're draining your energy. There are some songs you'll listen to and you'll have a very peculiar day where you might act out of character. You've come into agreement with spells by listening to certain things without even knowing it a lot of the time. Same goes for your eyes, okay? What you're watching. Somebody who is very, very, let's just say it, evil, will take great pleasure in watching, consuming violence or horror or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They'll take pleasure in seeing violence. And their reality will unfold accordingly, okay? They will be at a low vibration as a result. Pay attention to how you feel after you watch a particular movie. Pay attention to how you feel when you're listening to music or after listening to music. When you spiritually awaken, you will be really, really open to this. Like you will notice big time that movies you once watched, you don't resonate with anymore. Like you cannot even sit through it. You know what I'm saying? And it's because there's a lot of symbolism. There is a lot of subliminal messaging in things that are said, the way they're said, and backing music in movies and things like that. There is even music, you know, you would have seen this is age old, but there's music that when it's played backwards, there is a subliminal message there, and it is a dark one. You know what I'm saying? This is very, very, very deliberate, okay? Now, sometimes the artists are wholeheartedly into that shit, and sometimes the artists have no idea that they've signed over. They will write a song with this meaning, and they'll make a film clip with these images, and to them it's entertainment. But there's literally people working with them saying, how about this backdrop? Oh, their producer, I've got this backing track. You know what I'm saying? They're given people to work with. So little do they know, they're actually creating tracks with spells cast. Film clips with subliminal messages constantly running. Imagery, things like that. It speaks to the subconscious. So nobody's aware that they're being affected mentally, emotionally, energetically, that is, spiritually. People don't realise that by watching certain things, by listening to certain things, you're coming into agreement with certain things. Okay? Now, it's not to say that you've got to put on a blindfold and earmuffs and fucking sit in the corner and you'll be okay. It's not to say that. I'm making people aware of it, because when you're aware of it, awareness is key. You're no longer susceptible. You actually start to spot it. And when you're aware of it, you won't be able to sit through a track that has subliminal messages. When you're aware of it, you won't be able to sit through certain imagery on the screen. You know what I'm saying? Because you will feel something's a bit off here. You will know something's a bit off here. You know what I'm saying? And the same goes for certain foods, fast foods and that. Believe it or not, they're feeding us. There are small traces of leftovers from disappearances, let's just say. It's real. Imagine the agreement that you're coming into by partaking in processed meat that has been adjusted in this way. It's just a bit of food for thought. You got to see it for what it is, okay? This is all for educational purposes only and entertainment purposes only. You know what I'm saying? Take back your power and be very mindful of what you consume, okay? Because what you're putting into your body and what you're consuming with these portals can have bearing on your reality, okay? Be aware of it, see it for what it is, so that you're no longer susceptible, and don't partake in those things that you know are bringing you into agreement with something sinister. You know what I'm saying? Like processed meats and things like that. There's a reason why people feel a bit off after consuming certain things. There is a reason why people start to act out of character after consuming certain things. There is a reason why after consuming certain things, your mind is affected. There's a reason why after consuming certain things, you have inflammation coming into play and other ailments. Be mindful of what you're consuming, fam. I fucking love you. Peace, love, and light.